This morning we begin by recognizing that we live in a blessed land, that we woke up this morning living in this wonderful country and the freedoms that are so precious that were purchased by so much precious blood and service. At this time, I would ask Mr. Bob Martin to come and lead us with the assistance of our Children's Church boys and girls in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And at this time, Mr. Ron Head's going to come and share with us the national anthem. Please remain standing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Today, 4 young children are going to come and share. James, Carter, Logan, and Laney Tyndall. And they're going to share probably the most famous speech that Mr. Lincoln, or perhaps any president, has ever shared with us, the Gettysburg Address, where on that battlefield he brought the nation together, giving us hope at that time as a country, and today, even as we listen to these young men and women, still giving us hope as a country. The Gettysburg Address. Who's going to start here, guys?
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure.
We are met. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place of those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this.
But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract.
The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here.
It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced.
It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion.
that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth.
If you are a World War II veteran, and we have some escorts and some men who will help you, but we have these chairs up here. We want to honor you who have served in that great conflict, kept our country free. At this time, we would ask those World War II veterans to make their way to the front that we might honor you and give you our applause and our admiration. So, gentlemen, if you would, please. Mr. Herb Weinmiller, who served in the South Pacific, World War II. In the middle, Mr. Lee Grayson, Omaha Beach, D-Day. Mr. Jim Endicott, South Pacific, and served his country in the battle against the Japanese. Let's honor these 3 World War II veterans with a round of applause.